friends, or art friend, singular, as the case may be, judging by recent view counts. Today I'm doing an interesting Blender sculpting experiment where I am going to try to sculpt without any X mirroring. Usually you would mirror when you sculpt because you're trying to sculpt a symmetrical figure that you can then later pose and do all the regular normal things that people would use Blender to do. But instead, what I am going to do is I am going to try to recreate this picture. This is the picture of the bone banker. Alex Makes Awesome Art video number 98. And I drew this with ink pen, and I love it. I loved it ever since I drew it. I tried to do that one weird drawing where I made a techno-organic kind of a version of it. I didn't love that one. I love this one. And I'm going to see if I can use Blender to make something as deliciously odd as this. We'll see how it goes. I'm giving myself 24 hours to see, and I'm hoping to just call pencils down after 24 hours. See if I can, how close can I get to this in a day. So I'm about an hour in now, and I've got some interesting shapes and forms, interesting colors picked out. I like the shadows that are cast by the lights. I've been frustrated a bit by having to look up how to do everything. I want to be sculpting, but instead I'm just having to look up stuff. But I mean, if anybody out there has been using Blender, you know that that's Blender life. You have to look up how to do lots of things until you start to know how to do lots of things. In the beginning, it's kind of just a whole lot of research. I'm hoping to get a lot more done in hour number 2. I started this project at 11 a.m. on a Friday, and now it's about 1 p.m. so I'm 2 hours in, and I'm encouraged by a couple of things. One thing is that I was thinking I was going to have to learn how to do the Boolean operations, and I still should at some point, but I don't have to for right now because I just learned that in sculpt mode you can use this trim tool and just slice pieces off and get this nice jagged edge for the table, and that's awesome and much quicker than I was expecting that to be. And also I was thinking that all these fingers were going to be a nightmare because I've had fingers be a nightmare in the past, but I've got some quick and dirty just some mock-up fingers that are already done, so that's moving along really good. These are like the optimal hours. It's not like I'm gonna have like 24 full hours to be doing a thing like this. I gotta sleep at some point tonight, and then also like the family's gonna get home soon, and then I'll just be able to dabble at it here and there. But for the first couple hours, I've gotten encouraging progress. Now it's about 2 p.m. and I feel like I need a break, or really a nap. But I know that as much as I might feel that in my body that that's what I need, I know for real that what I need is to actually even speed up and work harder, because as I was saying, these are my good working hours. So in the last hour I got that mirror put in there, and the bones, which are sort of subject of Bone Banker Gets Gussied Up, so I feel good about that. I feel even better if I get the 3 attendants placed in the scene, and I mean, I feel like I just really strongly want to start sculpting, but instinctively I kind of know better than that. Like, I'll be much better off in the long run if I go around and place all my objects in the right place first, and then sculpt later. So it is more than an hour later, and I finally have all my objects placed, which is great because that means that I get to start sculpting now. I am further along than I dared to hope that I would be because I just had no idea how long it would take to get my objects placed, and never done anything like this before really, so I didn't really dare to assume that I could get it done this fast, but I have, so that bodes well. But one thing that does not bode well is that my computer is starting to slow down with all of this Blender modeling before I even get to the sculpting. So I am pretty sure that I'm not going to be able to do good screen captures while I'm sculpting. So I will just have to take like some still screenshots or just little teeny brief sculpting snippets here or there going forward, I think. I mean, I'll try it, but if it doesn't work, I'm switching. And then progress slowed way down after that. First thing happened was I ran into all kinds of frustrations, difficulties, because when I positioned my blobs in space, in the right space, they had like a little slight tilt to them, and then I tried to start sculpting on a little tilted mesh and found that I don't like doing that. That's I was trying to like get really detailed sculpting, like the face, trying to get Bone Banker's face sculpted, and it was just giving me fits. So what I learned that I find very helpful and will be very helpful to me going into the future with Blender sculpting is that you can just open up a fresh new project and sculpt yourself a mask, like sculpt a face, just sculpt the face exactly the way I want it. And then you can use a pen in Blender to just grab that face mesh, bring it into the project, and just staple it on his face like a mask, and that's what ended up being my saving grace. But then around 4 or 5 p.m. that's when people start getting home from school, getting home from work, and then there was stuff to do, and then there was a homework adventure that lasted well into the evening. That might have been a more interesting video than this is. But anyway, so there was a lot less progress at that time, and then it was night, and can't really log hourly progress reports at night because everybody is sleeping. But I did, this is probably the art that's going on now is just more sculpting of the face because that didn't go quickly. I was sculpting well into the night and overnight into the wee hours, and then didn't wake up this morning until like 8 a.m. and at 8 a.m. there's only 3 hours left. So yeah, it's not looking as promising as it was looking yesterday. So now I've got 3 hours left. I'm obviously not going to finish and get a complete image of Bone Banker getting gussied up for the Bone Banker ball within 24 hours. That ain't gonna happen. But I'm going to try to use these last 3 hours that I have to do the best, get some final details, get it closer. It's not going to get that close because I definitely don't have time to like do any fine detail sculpting on like the 3 attendants, and those are kind of like focal points of the piece. No idea when or if I'll ever finish this, but let me tell you that giving myself a deadline like this, trying to see how far I can get in 24 hours to finish like a really interesting piece like this with lots of stuff to do, I learned that definitely 24 hours is not enough time, especially if you're not going to have the whole 24 hours. And then, but what I learned is that giving myself a little bit of a pressure deadline like this can help me learn a lot really fast. The things that I had to look up to learn stuff that usually I would just be like, meh, I just not know it, and I'll just keep doing what I do know, and then don't like go learn the things that I don't know. Yeah, with the clock ticking, I pushed through and like learned a lot of new stuff, and that was great. That's stuff that's gonna really help me. I need to get way faster in Blender, and that's gonna help me be way faster. I mean, stuff I learned is gonna be a big time saver, and you know, getting those reps in, I'm like learning how to sculpt. The more I sculpt, the more I know, and the more experience you get, the more you can do each sculpt faster, especially in the beginning, like, you know, where I am now. So I am very happy that I took on this project. I got pretty impressively far, I think. I mean, there are some details in here which are a little bit special, I would say. And maybe some weekend far in the future I'll pick this up and do more on it. I don't know how long it would take to finish the whole thing. 48 hours, you know, 36 hours, I don't know. But yeah, for now I'm calling pencils down and just leaving it where it is, because I got other things that I gotta do in the world of art. Thank you very much for watching this video. Join me here on Alex Makes Awesome Art. I'm hoping that more people who love Blender like I love Blender will start showing up at the doorstep. Who knows? Maybe not. But in either case, I am having a fun time sculpting with Blender, so that's awesome. Okay, if you like this video, you could leave a like and that'll help me out. And peace and love to you. And enjoy your personal art journey, whatever association you have with art. If you like watching art or you like doing art, whatever, if it's related to art, it's awesome. So, yeah, I'll hopefully see you soon.